and there's a lot of noise. So let us continue with our lesson. Now, today I want us to, the last time we met, we were looking at organization charts. We were looking at inserting different types of graphics on the slide. And I think we can revisit that and see how to do it. But this time I'm starting with a blank slide. This time I'm starting with a blank slide. Hope you're seeing my slide. Are you seeing my slide?
Yes.
Teacher, no.
No.
We are seeing it.
Okay. Members, if you are not seeing, just try to refresh your machine or log in, log out. There are many things. Some of our machines are very slow in reacting to whatever is being given to us. So this is a blank screen. This is a blank slide. But we can add very many things to the blank slide. Remember the other time we showed how to insert pictures, put the picture in the background, add transparency to it. I hope you people found out how to add transparency to a picture at any one time. I remember I left that as an assignment to you people. But if at any one time you are asked to create a blank slide, we must know how we can add content onto that blank slide so that we can use that blank slide. I am going to make one last call to people to mute themselves. The moment you unmute yourself, I'm putting you in the waiting room. We are adults. Emmanuel, you have unmuted. Infinix Hot 10 Light, you are unmuted.
And so, we need his name.
Rename yourselves. The moment I find you having unmuted, I will just put you in the waiting room. Emmanuel, last warning. We take Emmanuel, last warning. If you don't want to unmute, I will put you in the waiting room. I'm muting you, but if you unmute, that's where you are going. So let us continue. Let us continue. So we have a blank slide and we can see all these shapes are here. All these shapes are here and we can use all these shapes here. The shapes are here, we can use them. So that means we will have to come, for example, when we want to add a box, when we want to add text, we use a text box. If we want to add lines, we use lines, arrows, etc. If we select this option there, we can see all these shapes. We can see all these shapes that we can add. Therefore, I want us to learn two things. You are given a blank slide. How do you add content to the blank slide? So we start with the text box, select the text box here, come and click there. I've just clicked, I've not dragged to draw the text box. There are many ways of doing it. And then I add my text. I add my text. I come back again. I click here. I have another text box. I add my text. I add my text. So that is how we can quickly build information on our slides. So if I don't use that option, I will have to use the option of selecting the text box, and then I draw the text box. But still, after drawing the text box, I add my information in the text box. And then the computer will take that information. If I want to enlarge my text box, I will enlarge my text box. But the enlargement of the text box will depend on the size of the text that you're typing in. So if I highlight here and I increase the size of my text, you can see that the text box is also growing in size. Likewise, I can come here, select the text box, I draw another box, but it will only expand depending on what you are entering there. what you are entering there. We enable the text box to expand and then reach where it is supposed to reach. When you try to stretch it, it comes back because it is not by default what you've already found designed. The other ones that we enter in are already pre-designed for us. They're already pre-designed for us. But if we are starting something on our own, you have to understand that for this text box to enlarge, you enter in the text, and then afterwards, the moment you enlarge your text, that is how it will be appearing at any one time. So that is how we add these text boxes. I can decide to do that, and then I created 2 column. You see that I created 2 column. In this one, I could want to add a picture. I could wish to add a picture. I pick the picture, I insert it there, and you can see that my picture fits in my text box properly. So I have designed this slide from a blank slide, and I have tried to add information onto it. So that is how we can use a blank slide and then add information to that blank slide. Then I can reduce the picture. How am I reducing this picture proportionately? I am holding the Control key. I am holding the Shift key. You can see when I hold the Shift key, how it moves. I'm holding the Shift key. On how many sides is it enlarging? On how many sides? Now I'm going to hold the Control key. Now I'm holding the Control key and then I size. I hope you're seeing that effect, how each of them behaves when you hold the Control key and then when you hold the Shift key, how does it behave? So let me add another slide. So you can see that I've added another slide, and this slide is also a blank slide. I add a text box, and then I enter in my text. I enter in my text. I try to highlight the text. I try to highlight the text. I increase the font size. And I can as well do other things. I can bring in a box here. I bring in another box here. You're doing things from scratch. And then I bring in another box here. So I've drawn those 3 boxes. And then I try to give direction arrows here. Yeah. Now I'm not going to continue. I want a straight line. So to create a straight line, I must hold the Shift key as I'm drawing. And then that is when you'll get the straight line. I'm not going to copy. I'm not going to continue drawing another one. I'm just going to copy and then I paste and then just move this line using my arrow keys. I move this line using my arrow keys. It reaches wherever I want it to reach. Finished my drawing. After doing that, I want all these to be one solid unit. So I am selecting all of them. And how am I doing that? I select the first one. And then for the others, I have to press the Shift key or I hold the Control key. And I select all of them. And then I come to these drawing tools here, drawing tools, and then I group them. So you can see that it is now one image. You can see it is now.
Mr. Anjala?
Yes, I'm seeing someone's hand is up.
But I think we said they rename. I think there is no body, no person is called help.
Okay,
the
let him or her first rename. No, it's very simple. Help, what is your name? Help, you can unmute, please. Unmute. I've given you permission to unmute.
And Infinix has unmuted and he's not called upon to unmute unmute.
Okay, help, please. You raised your hand. I don't know. How can we help you? You've unmuted, fine. Network problem? Network problem? Hello?
You go to Namirembe.
Okay, Noreen, unmute. Noreen, unmute. Noreen has disappeared.
Banangi.
Let us continue.
Let me see.
Mr. Apple. Yes, Mr. Apple. Unmute.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, for me, what I've not understood, how you have clicked to get a blank space, that white thing, because my laptop is not seeing that. Is not showing me that.
Okay.
What is his name? Is he an Apple?
No, I'm Johnson. I'm Johnson.
Please
rename
yourself.
Put your name there.
Why are you calling yourself Mr. Apple? Do you sell apples?
Yes.
Hey, okay. That is your stage name, eh?
Yes, that is my stage name.
Apple, it is his garden.
Okay.
Then Morris.
That's my garden.
Okay.
Yes, Morris.
Teacher, how did you edit the first line and transfer it to the space between the last box and the middle box?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now let me start. Are we seeing that new presentation?
Yes.
Now, let me first deal with Apple's question. How do I come to a blank slide? You can see that this layout is already pre-formatted with this box, text box for text, and this text box. How do I get a blank slide? Here, layout. First of all, you have to make sure that you are on home. Under home, make sure that you are under slides, the group slides. Is that okay? Home, under the group slides, then layout, slide layout. Are you seeing those layouts?
Yes.
And then I come and select, and then I select blank.
Blank.
That is how we create a blank slide.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let me answer.
Abenacho.
No, wait. There's another question I want to answer.
Okay.
There's another question I want to answer. Let me quickly create a second version here. And this second version, let me quickly dismantle it. Dismantle that. So I came here under drawing. I selected this arrow. And then I drew the arrow up to that box. So it was created. Now, for me, I don't believe in coming back here. I don't have that belief. I believe in someone learning how to use shortcuts. I don't have time to come back here and then press the arrow and then draw. No, I just come, I select whatever I have already drawn. So I've selected that line arrow that I've already drawn. I copy. What is the shortcut for copying? You're not going to see me selecting any menu. What is the shortcut for copying?
Control C.
Control C is what I've done. Then after I copy, it goes to the clipboard. From the clipboard, I have to paste. What is the shortcut for pasting?
Control V.
Control V. So it brings my my arrow line. What do you think I'm doing to move this? What am I doing? What am I touching?
Control.
Which control? Control is a dead key.
No, the
when
arrow
used
key.
alone, it is a dead key. It does nothing. Which key am I using?
That one
Which
for
arrow
next,
key
yeah.
specifically? Which arrow key?
The one which is for
Right.
next.
Right.
The right. Yes, I'm using the right arrow to move to the right. I'm using the left arrow to move to the left. I'm using the up arrow to go up. I'm using the down arrow to go down. And then I position it, finished. And then I said, I come, I select these one after the other. I am holding down the shift key or the control key while I'm doing this. I want them to move as a single unit. I want them to move as a single unit. I can even select using this option like this, highlight over. It will select everything. We need to learn all these shortcuts, one after the other. Instead of coming here, selecting that, clicking here, clicking there, come, just highlight all these. This is equivalent to selecting everything. I think that is shorter. I come to format because these are drawing tools, and you can see the option is here, drawing tools. I want to group them, group. So the moment I press the arrow keys, they are moving as a unit. They are moving as a unit. So likewise, if you are asked to draw their drawing, if you're asked to create illustrations by using these shapes, this is what you are supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Ben, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. Good evening, teachers. Thank you so much. So far, the lesson is okay. Yeah. Yes, I had dropped off shortly to buy some data, and I got back into the lesson. I kindly request you to take me through how we group the objects, how we select one, we hold the control, the shift button, then yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry for that. So Ben, you wanted to be taken through. Let me dismantle all this. Let me dismantle all this. I undo and dismantle all these things. Oh, it is refusing. Let me just ungroup. Okay, Ben, I'm going to go through the simple way. These units are individually, they are on their own. You can see they are on their own. When I move them, this one, when I move it, it moves on its own. Yet when I move this, it is moving as a unit. So what do? I drag over these objects to select them all at a go. After drawing them, I come to the drawing tools, select format. Drawing tools, I select format. And arrange, I select group. And then again, group. So they are grouped together. So whenever I move them, they are moving together. Okay, members, that is what I wanted to start with as we were reviewing what we did the other time. Now, let me go to what we are supposed to be doing today. Let me go to what we are supposed to be doing today. Let us go through what we are. supposed to be using today. That one. We are going to learn how to create presentation output. 1, we are going to use transitional effects. 2, we are going to use animation effects. Those are the 2 things that I want us to achieve today. But when we are dealing with presentation output, you notice that there are presenter notes that we can add to a slide. We can navigate, that is create links between slides and other files. We shall do that. We can rearrange slides. I think at some point in time we rearrange slides when we are using the slide sorter view. You can check spelling. We can save a presentation. I think we've been saving our presentations. And finally, we choose a printer and we print our presentation. Of course, when we are printing our presentation, it must be in handout form. So what are we going to do? Transitional effects. When we talk about slide transitions, we are talking about transitional effects. Visual effects that occur when we are running a slideshow. And how does, when you're running a slideshow, how does one slide come in? How does another slide go out? You will find yourself controlling the speed. You can add sound and many other things. So we have as many transition effects as possible. So therefore, using this presentation of ours that we have just done, let me run a slideshow now. That is slide number 1. That is slide number 2. That is the end of the presentation. Are you seeing any effects on the slides? Did you see any effects on the slides?
No.
Aha. So in simple terms, you can say, this thing is very boring. This thing is very boring. This man is presenting things that are boring. So why? Because some of us, when we don't see text dancing here and there, things are not good. So let me just modify these things a little bit so that we have different items. I'm going to use only these 3 slides. I'm going to use only these 3 slides. I'm only going to use these 3 slides, and let me put facts there, not just mere things. Have you talked about networks so that you can give me some other networks other than these? Who has studied about networks? Tell me. Which other network can I put here?
MTN network. Personal area network.
Personal area network. Okay. Personal area network. What else? What else?
Airtel network.
Airtel network. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, let us say that. Hardware. Give me examples of hardware.
A mouse.
Keyboard. These ones are very easy. No.
A monitor.
Printer.
A monitor.
Emmanuel has a hand.
Printer.
Yes, Emmanuel.
Router.
A router. Man. Oh, that one is it. Yes, Rachel.
They read the books.
They read. Yes, Rachel.
Memory card.
Sir, a light
Memory
pen.
card.
Monitor.
A light pen.
Okay, these ones are enough. Thank you.
Plotter.
These ones are enough. Fine.
Yes, Ben. Ben is putting up the hand.
Yes, Ben.
I had the digital camcorder. Yeah, but I think
Digital camcorder. Okay. All those are good. All those are good answers. Thank you. You're on the right track, you people. I believe if you push on like that, a distinction is assured for you in this subject. And then, of course, that one contributes 1 point, 20 marks. You go to the university and you study your, or you study your medicine, and life continues. Okay, now we are going to, yes, Emmanuel. You want to say? Yes, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you raised your hand. Please unmute. No one has muted you. Unmute.
He has unmuted.
Yeah, but I don't see any. I only had a cock crowing. Does he want to send me one?
He's gardening.
His garden. Emmanuel, speak, please.
It could be the network. He has muted now.
Okay, I think let him type in the chat. Okay, members, let us continue. We are adding transition effects. We are adding transition effects. Now, transition effects. How does one slide come in as another slide is going out in your slideshow? Where do we go to add that? We shall go under from home. We bypass insert, we bypass design, and we move to transitions. So we are there, transitions. Now, since we are on transitions, all these are transitions that you can add to a slide. All these are effects because we call them transition effects. Remember what I wrote here. Slide transitions are visual effects. So therefore, all these are visual effects that we are going to add to our presentation. And the visual effects are added to what? The visual effects are added to all these.
Mute.
Muting those. Purity is talking.
For me, I promised to take them. Where has she gone? She has survived.
I'm muted. I'm trying to mute and he's unmuting.
I'm going to take Purity to the waiting room. She has even 2 phones connected. One phone is disturbing us. Purity, please control your phones.
They're on TVs and on Zoom.
Purity, control your phones, please. For me, I don't want to unmute and take anyone there because I believe you are all mature. Senior 5, senior 6, you are all mature, please. Hope
has a hand.
Hope, I can see your hand is up.
So for me, my laptop on the taskbar, I don't have the translations.
Hope, this is not the taskbar. These are tabs. We call these tabs.
Okay.
Is that okay, Hope?
Yes.
What do you have? Read for me what you have.
I have home, insert, design, animations.
Now, you must have removed transitions from those options by mistake, maybe. Now, how do you bring it back? Let us see whether you will bring it back. Click on File. Click on File.
Miss Angela. Miss Angela. She must look for transitions, not translations, because I heard her saying that she doesn't have translations.
Okay.
The word is transitions.
Transitions. Hope, between design and animations, are you seeing transitions?
No.
Okay, fine. Click on file and do it as fast as I'm also doing it. Have you clicked on file?
No, I don't have it.
Ah, okay. Now, which version of PowerPoint are you using?
So I don't know.
But the version of PowerPoint doesn't have file. Is that okay?
Yes.
Does it have a button at the top there? A round
Yes.
button? Does it have a round
Yes.
button?
Yes.
Then you're using Office 2007. Can you click on that round button? You're using PowerPoint 2007. Can you click on that round button? What do you see?
New open servers.
Can we go to
Print.
options? Can we go to options? Are you seeing options?
No.
What are you seeing at the bottom there?
I've seen it.
Hey, for me, I crammed everything. Okay. So what do you have? What has opened?
I have changed PowerPoint options.
Now I want you to read from general going downwards. Okay.
From
Are you seeing customize ribbon?
Yes.
Can you select customize ribbon?
I've selected.
Now I want you to look on your right hand side. Customize the ribbon. What do you see? Are you seeing those options that I have? Are you seeing home, insert, design? Are you seeing those options?
No.
What are you having?
I have save, undo, redo only.
Save, undo, redo. Save, undo, redo. Where are you? Sure. Okay. Now what are we going to do for you? What are we going to do? How are you going to add transitions? Okay, fine. Don't worry. I'll find a solution for you. I'll find a solution for you quickly. Let us just move. Just watch what we are doing. I will get back to that shortly. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, okay, we have these transitions as you're seeing them. We have these transitions, these effects. So I add that one. That is what will happen. It shows a preview of what that transition will do. I select this one. It shows you a preview of what that transition will do. You can see the transition is happening on an entire slide. An entire slide. Now, for your practice, you can apply, you can put in as many transitions as possible. But if you're going to present, to an international audience, not even an international, to a national audience, please select one transition that you want to use. Don't use a variety of transitions. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make meaning. But if you're doing your practice, you have very many transitions to select from. They are there. And these transitions are grouped. There are those that are exciting. And then those that are exciting. There are those that are of a dynamic content. There are those that are subtle. So that is what you have. So I think you've seen things of that nature. Not so? You've seen those things happening on slides. You've seen those things happening on slides. Now, depending on which PowerPoint version you have, don't expect to have all these transitions that I'm showing you. It depends on which PowerPoint version you are having. The higher the version you have, the more interesting the effects, The less the version you have, the less transition effects that you have. Okay, who raised the hand? Who raised the hand? Who raised the hand? Emmanuel. Hey.
Well, sir, I just wanted to know how you put that, the log I'm seeing here, the 9-minded people you need in your life. I don't know how you put it.
No, that is not a logo. I just added a picture. We looked at adding pictures with the sister last week. Were you around?
No.
Oh, okay. We shall do that. Remind me as we move towards the end of the exam of the lesson. Yes, Doreen.
Thank you, sir.
Teacher, like, is the transition effect the same as graphical effect? Or they are different?
They are different, totally different. Graphical
Okay.
effects are different because under graphics you might have shadows, under graphics you might have bevel, so they are different. Is that okay?
Okay, teacher.
The transition effects, I want to bring back this presentation here. Slide transitions are visual effects that occur in a slideshow when you move from one slide to the next. That is the transition effect as you're moving from one slide to another. So I'm going to use 3 of them. This one I've put red. For this one, I'm going to put box. And then for this one, I'm going to put what? 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 Checkboard. So I've applied transition effects to my slides. Now let me run a slideshow. I can come here, slideshow from beginning. Or I can press the letter F5 on my keyboard. So whichever you want. Or I can come here to the bottom and start a slideshow. Those are the 3 ways of starting a slideshow. So I run a slideshow. So one transition effect has come in as slide 1 was coming in. I press the enter key. Another effect has come in as the content was coming in. I press the enter key. Another effect comes in as my content is coming in. So the effect as one slide is moving away and as another slide is coming in are what we call transitions. Now, what else can we set? We said we can add sound. Let us add sound. Click. Let us add sound. Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything?
No, teacher.
No.
No.
You didn't hear anything. Oh, okay. Where is the bomb? Where is the bomb? Where is the bomb? Okay, we shall know why it is not. But I've set the slide to come in with a sound bomb. I want this slide to come in. This slide comes in every time I press the mouse. But if I want the slide to come in automatically, I will have to remove this option of mouse click and only set this option of after. And then after I have to set, these are microseconds, these are seconds, these are minutes. So I set. How many seconds have I set?
19, 10.
10 seconds. So after every 10 seconds, after every 10 seconds, a slide will be coming in. Automatically, I don't need to change anything. So let me apply to all. Let me apply the sound bomb. Let me apply the automatic advancement of slides to 10 seconds for my 3 slides. That's why I clicked on all. What else do we have here? I can see determine. For example, I put checkerboard. Checkerboard can come from the left, can come from the top. So that is the effect option. Here I put what? I added was it the same? No, I need to change ripple. So that is ripple. What effect does it have? It can come from bottom right. It can come from top left. So after adding a transition here, you can give it an effect here. Which this one has what? This one has origami, that one. What effect option from right? No, that was the default. Let me say from left. It goes to the left. Okay. So we are set to run the slideshow again. I run the slideshow. There you go. Let's wait for 10 seconds. What will happen? 10 seconds. What will happen? Are you counting the seconds? So I hope you can hear the sound in the background, the boom sound. 10 seconds, what will happen? 10 seconds, what will happen? So that is how we set transitions, and that is how easy it is to set transitions in our slides. Before I leave transitions, do I have a question? Because I've finished transitions. Do I have a question for transitions? Yes, Emmanuel?
Sir, I've tried what you've been doing here, but I've failed.
Did you select slide after slide?
Yeah, sir, now like on my laptop, there's somewhere where they're saying click to add title, click to add subtitle, yet for your page is blank.
Hey, Emmanuel, are you sure my page is blank?
No, okay,
Emmanuel, my page has content.
Okay, so it has content, yes. But I'm not seeing this thing of click to add title, click to add subtitle.
Emmanuel, do you already have an existing presentation that you designed?
No.
Hey, have you just got that laptop?
Yes.
Have you just bought that laptop?
No.
Which means you are not practicing since we began doing PowerPoint. Why don't you have a presentation up to now, yet you have a laptop?
So I think this is my first lesson.
Hey, okay, this is your first lesson. No, Emmanuel, no.
Yes.
I've seen your name. Emarot, I've been seeing you.
For ICT, I think. Yes, sir.
I've been seeing you in ICT. You are not interested in practicing what we are teaching.
No, sir.
Hey, but by now we should be having very many presentations by now, very many. Okay. You can only do this on an active presentation of the content. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Until when you create a presentation, that is when you will practice this very well. Lawrence, unmute.
Excuse me, sir. So what is the use of the duration just below the sound?
The duration just below the sound. That is that duration could be the total duration for my entire slide, but I've not set it. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Who next? Who is next? Nicole?
Teacher, I was asking you to click on your animations tab because I also don't have the transitions tab, but when I clicked on the animations, I could find the transitions on the animations tab. We're also having the transition sound and transition speed in the animations tab.
Okay. Now, Nicole, I've not yet gone to animations. There's a difference between transition and animation, but I'm coming there. And that is what you've mentioned is very true. And we're also going to see that. But I've not yet gone to animation as yet. I am just dealing with slide transitions now, but that's where we are going to next. Thank you.
I was asking.
Doreen, Doreen?
Teacher, I tried out this question, eh?
Beg your pardon?
I tried out this question, eh?
Hmm.
And it was like, let's say slide has apply in transition effect from the top left corner. Then they say that slide should be able to loop continuously until escape key is pressed. What do they mean?
No. You've gone ahead of us.
Oh, okay.
You've gone far ahead of us. You've gone far ahead of us. And I'm not yet there. Okay?
This one for the top left corner where we get it from.
Okay. You've gone ahead of us. Diana? We shall get there. Diana?
Yes, sir. Yes, my question is, how can I make these transitions move after the other without tapping the enter key?
Are you seeing towards the end of those transitions a section that says advanced slide?
Yes, sir.
Can you remove that check mark that is on mouse click? Can you remove that check mark from that box of on mouse click? Okay. And set the check mark on the box beside after?
Okay.
And then increment the second.
What are you doing?
Then after that, run your slideshow. Abenacho?
Sir?
Yes, but there is a lot of background. There is a lot of noise in your background.
I'm sorry, sir.
Look for them and mute them.
No, he's the one who is talking, but there is a lot of noise in the background. He's not in a quiet place. Okay, come back after you are in a quiet place. Abenacho? Hassan?
Excuse me, sir. Master, yes. On blank slide, why is it that I can't type anything?
Did you add a text box?
No.
First add a text box, because you let us go back to look at my screen. Is that okay?
Yes.
I'm on home. I'm on the home tab. Are you on the home tab?
Yes, master.
I want you to go to the extreme right. Are you seeing drawing?
Extreme right, yes.
Now, in drawing, are you seeing a box that has A, where there are shapes? Are you seeing a box that has A in the top corner?
Where there is the word arrangement, sir.
I want you to look at my screen where I'm circling. Is that okay?
Yes.
Are you seeing this box here?
I have seen it, master.
Now continue and use it. That is the one that brings us a text box.
Even if I click it, it doesn't come, master.
It doesn't come?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, master.
Are you seeing the color mine has when I point to it?
Yes.
You said you're having a blank slide, not so?
Yes, master.
So let me bring in a new slide. I've brought in a blank slide.
Yes.
I go here. I go this here. I click. I come. I click. I come. I draw.
Okay. It's fine, master. Thank you.
There were some hands that were up.
Ben has a hand up.
Yes, Ben.
Yes,
Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, teacher, my question is a bit irrelevant, but I really just want to know, because I know in computing, when we are making selections, we have what we call the radio buttons for only one selection. Now here we have the checkbox. Yeah, so it's called a checkbox here. So I heard you calling the tick within the checkbox the check mark. Yeah, I would love to know, is that the official name for it? Thank you.
Yes, that is it. It's called a check mark. It's called a check mark because you're checking an option. Okay, Abenacho, the other time I called you and you took time to unmute. Abenacho? Abenacho? You have unmuted? I finished Hassan. I need to lower Hassan's. Okay, Martin. Mubiru Martin, unmute, please.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So what I'm inquiring, this is my first time, but my question may sound stupid. I'm asking, are these people having PCs, their sites?
Are they what?
This is my first time. I'm asking, what are they using? Are they using their PCs right now?
I've not got that question properly.
Are we having computers at our sides right now in this lesson? Because I've been kind of lost. This is my first time, sir.
Okay, now any person is free to use what he can use or she can use. Is that okay?
Yes.
There are people who are using phones, and on those phones they have WPS Office. There are people who are using laptops. They have Office on their, they have PowerPoint on their laptops. So it also depends. What device do you have that you're using for learning?
So teacher, maybe the next time I should download the app YPS Office.
WPS, not YPS, WPS Office. Yes. Davis? Abdallah?
Like my question is that you also insert page numbers on this when you are dealing with presentation. You insert also page numbers.
Yes, we did page numbers, I think 2 or 3 lessons back. 2 or 3 lessons back. Now, what you will do is we have these lessons, we put them on the Padlet. So you will go to the Padlet and look for those lessons.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
There are many hands. Rachel.
There are many hands.
Thank you,
I don't
teacher.
know. Yes.
So if I want to download this, the WPS, do I download it like other apps? Because I'm using a phone.
Yes. You download it like another app.
Thank you, sir.
Noreen.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You have said that we download WPS. What if I have Adobe Acrobat? Can it work?
No, Adobe Acrobat. Does it produce presentations? I've not had Adobe Acrobat using creating presentations.
Okay, thank you.
Abdallah, I called you, you decided not to talk, and your hand is still.
But teacher, I've seen like, okay, I don't know whether I'm just lost in the WPS, but I've not got anywhere of opening the new, like the new page. As in, I want to type like you are doing on your own there, and then I save. Now
Yeah,
I have to dismantle some other work here.
It is a little bit tricky when you're using WPS Office on a phone.
I would like to know that.
Let me do it, I think, in the last 10 minutes. Yes, Daniel is the last one. Daniel is the last one, and then we move to something else.
Thank you very much, teacher.
Now
Good
Diana
evening.
has come. Okay, Daniel and Diana last.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
The wisdom
I
has
would like
come.
to inquire because for me, I downloaded the app for Padlet. Okay, I saved Padlet on my phone. But then how do I access this work before using the links from WhatsApp? group?
How do you access the work on the Padlet?
Yes.
Do you have the link to the Padlet for Senior 6?
Yes, I do have the link.
Have you clicked on the work that you want to download in, because it is broken down in columns? Have you clicked on the work in a particular column that you want to download?
No, I had not done that.
Now, this is what you're supposed to do when you go to the Padlet. One, you press, you go to the Padlet. There are columns. In the columns, what you have to do is you touch the particular work that you want to download. After touching the particular work that you want to download, it opens in a new browser. You will always find a word saying download. Click on that word download, and you'll get what you want to download, either on your phone or on the computer. That is the procedure.
I would like to know that can I find some of the lessons I missed there on Padlet?
Very much, very much. You'll find it there.
Thank you, sir.
Diana?
Sir.
Mm.
Yes, the second question I had is that is music part of the animation sort?
Is music?
Adding music, like adding music to the transitions, is it part of the animation?
Yes, you can add music. You can add music. You can add sound.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You can add actually your MP3 song to your presentation. I have one here. You could show you at the end. Diana, last one. No, Davis, the last.
Okay, thank you, sir. My question is all concerned how did the WPS office come up with that work? And my second question is now how to submit work into the Padlet. And also that's my problem. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me do that at the end of the lesson as I'm concluding. Let us go now to slide transitions. Let us go to animations. Let us go to animations. Let us go to animations. Those who are raising their hands, I'm going to give you in the last minutes. Let us go to animations. Let us go to animations. Fine. Animations. Now, to animate, we have seen that the transition is given to the whole slide. But when we go to animations, we are animating specific items on a slide. Here I have three. This is the first item. This is the next item. This is the third item. We have to animate each of them individually. Slide transition gives an effect to the entire slide. Animation effects give a visual effect to specific elements on the slide, specific objects. This is object number 1. This is object number 2. This is object number 3. Remember, this was a text box. This is also a text box. This is a picture. So if I give
network, internet.
So if I give,
I can't download.
If I give animation, I have to give animation in the order I want them to come in. So if I always make sure that the title comes in first, because the title gives a description to your slide. Then between the picture and the text, if you want the picture to come first, bring the picture in first. If you want the text to come last, bring the text in last. So I am going to animate this first, I animate this second, I animate this third. So watch what I am doing. I select, I put the pointer, the mouse pointer where I want to animate. And these are the animation effects as you're seeing them here. These are the animation effects. I can quickly select this. Oh, these are the most recently used animation effects. So I can click here and see a variety. They are in 4 sections. They are in 4 sections. I want you to note that. As of now, I have not added an animation. That is why it is saying none. Then I have animation effects that come in that, that you can apply when something is coming in. Whatever you're animating is coming in, these are the entrance effects. Whatever you want to emphasize, you will select these emphasis effects. When you want either your text or to your image to exit in a certain fashion, you can select these exit effects. Then motion path is a little bit advanced for our syllabus, but it is also good to know. Motion path, you give an animation effect following a path you've drawn. For example, you can give an animation effect following something you've added on a line, following something you've added in form of an arc. This is in form of a straight line, in form of an arc, a right angle, a circle shape, in form of loops, in form of a custom path, the one that you decide yourself. So you can add entrance animation, you can add emphasis animation, you can add exit animation. Therefore, I am going to concentrate on the entrance here. Therefore, that is why I'm saying, when you select an animation, when you select an object to animate, then you come and select this more button. Instead of selecting from here, I'm going to come down here and select more entrance effects. And under more entrance effects, I will get more than the ones I had here. I will get more than the ones I had up. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Those are the ones that are commonly used. But if I want to see very many of them, I'll come to more entrance effects. And I have a variety of them here. This one has, I don't know how many, this one, I don't know how many, this one only has 4, this one has very many. So I'm adding entrance effects one after the other. Like I talked about transition effects, even animation effects, don't overuse them. Use 1 or 2, 3 if you're going to present to an audience that is a professional audience. But for your practice, you can try out all these that you want. So for this first one, I'm going to select wedge. And that is the effect. So I repeat, wedge, no. Let me say diamond. That is how diamond will come in. Wedge, that is how wedge will come in. Blinds, that is how blinds will come in. Fade, that is how fade comes in. Center revolve, that is how center. So that is an effect just onto the header. Onto the header. Now, I come to this one as well. I want to give it an effect. I come back here. I select more entrance effects. I give it an effect, rise up.
This thing never take time.
And then
Who is that one?
I also come to this one. You will not manage those people. So more entrance effects. And then I say bounce. So I have added 3 effects into my presentation. So the moment I come here and I click there and I happen to come here, it will show me the effect that I have added. It will show me the effect that I have added. Now, let me run a slideshow and we see what happens. I run a slideshow. There you go. No. Where are we?
Teacher, I've not understood the previous part.
Which one now? The previous part is which one now? You have to know exactly where you want to be helped. So I repeat again. I select what I want to add an effect to. So I'm selecting this heading. Let me quickly select from here. I give it an effect. The moment I give it an effect, that effect is numbered here. I come, I select this text box. I just need to click anywhere in that text box and everything will be given an effect. I select this. After the effect is done, it is given a number. And then I also come to this image and I select an effect. It is also given a number. Now, that is how you can understand that you've given animation effects to all the objects on your slide. Remember, I did this. Remember the other time I selected all of them like this when I was dealing with shapes. Are you seeing that I've selected all of them? I can decide to give all of them one effect, for example, that. And you will notice that each of them is given 1, 1, 1, the same effect. So if I run a slideshow, what happens? Let me run a slideshow. What happens? There you go.
Jalia has a hand.
Wait. So are you seeing that all of them are appearing at a go? Because they are all having 1, 1, 1. But if I select one at a time, and then I give it an effect, one at a time, and then I give it an effect, one at a time, and then I give it an effect, then when I run a slideshow, each of them will be coming in one after the other. That one has come, that one has come, that one has come in order. So, Jalia, you had the question.
Teacher, I'm asking that why is it that if you do that, the animations for the first slide, when you go to the next slide, you can't select any of the animation options?
For example, when I go to slide 2, is that what you're meaning?
Yes, that's what I'm meaning.
Because I've
like
not yet
select animations.
Yes, because I have not yet selected. The moment you click here, this doesn't mean that you're going to give an animation. So you can say I've selected this slide, but these options are dimmed. These ones will only come to life when you select the objects on the slide themselves. Is that okay?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
So don't just end here and you think that you're going to select here. Nothing will happen. You have to select what you want to animate. Click on the exact thing you want to animate. Click on it. if you want to animate. The moment you don't click on it, it will not be animated. I saw some other hand up.
There is Vivian.
Vivian.
Vivian and Diana.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Excuse me, sir. I was asking, can you use Slide Master to apply animations to the whole presentation? Like, can
Yes.
it also be an option?
Yes, we said that whatever you add to the slide master cuts across all the slides in a presentation. A slide master is a uniform formatting slide for all the slides in a presentation. So if you want to do it that way, go that way, do it that way.
Okay, Master, thank you.
Diana?
Okay, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Master. What I'm asking, if I want to increase or reduce the speed of how the transitions are coming in, where do I tap?
Okay. Thank you for asking that question. That is where I was leading to next, but I had to first take care of your questions. So I go back to this slide. We have added these animations 1, 2, and 3. Now let me go to this animation number 1. Someone is asking about speed. Someone is asking about speed. Someone is asking about speed. So I want you to look at these options here. There is animation pen, there is trigger, animation painter. How does it start? What is the duration? What is the delay? The order animation, move later. This is where we have to touch. If you want to control a few things, but I would wish if after adding this animation here, this animation here, this animation here, you brought out this animation pen. Are you seeing this option of animation pen? Now, people who are using a phone, you're not going to see all these options. Don't ask me these questions. These are things that appear on a laptop, but if you're using a phone, they are also there, but a little bit hidden. So we bring out this animation pen. Now, this animation pen shows you what you have animated. What you have animated. This is what I animated first. The moment I click here, this is highlighted here. The moment I click here, it is highlighted here. The moment I click here, it is highlighted here. That means I can also add more options here by selecting this here, this arrow to the right here. So what do we have? I click here on this arrow for more options, and those are the options that you're seeing. Start on click. That means whenever I click, it has to start after the other one has started. Start with the previous, they have to come together. Start after previous, it comes after. But here is where we shall control the effect options. Here is where we shall control the timing. So if we click on effect options, what do you have? The same things that we had earlier on. So you can see here I have effect options, timing, hide, remove. If I select effect options, timing was somewhere in this. Text animation, it is. So we just only have to know if either I'm using this section here, or I come, bring the animation pen, select the timing, the effect options, and then make my changes here. So, for example, the effect was split. The effect was split for this one. No, for this one, it was fly in. For this one was split. This one was shape. So, for example, for fly in, what are the effect options I have? So all these, I can select the direction, I can select the sequence. but the sequence will only apply to text like here. So that is one area for effect options. Now I come to this one where in the animation pane, I select effect options. Are you seeing that? Because it is fly in, I have direction. Where is it going to fly from? All these you can set and try out on your own. Smooth start, smooth end. The timing is there. What delay do you want before the effect is done? Is it very fast, or do you want it to come slowly? That is duration. So you can see the duration is here. 0.5 seconds is very fast. The duration is also up here. So there are many ways through which we can change these options as long as you have mastered presentation well. So I can as well change from here, but you can see that here you're just incrementing. Yet when you come to the effect options here, it shows you the timing, the duration. Very slow, slow, medium, fast, very fast. So it is up to you to decide. Let me say very slow. What is the delay? Let me say 5 seconds before something else comes in. I don't want it to repeat. I don't want it to rewind. Which effect? Where do I want it to come from? What was from bottom? Let me say it comes from where? From bottom right. Do I want sound as it is coming in? Let me add the sound. You can test the sound from there, adding the volume. After animation, do I want it to dim? Let me leave the others as is, and then I say okay. And it will play for you what you have done, a preview of what you've done. Those are effect options I've done to that one. I come to this one. Let me also give it effect options. Direction, where does it come from? Let me say horizontal in. Sound, let me also add some sound breeze. Volume, let me just put there. It will come at once, the rest I'm going to leave. Timing, how do I want it to come in? 2 seconds. The rest I'm going to leave as is. The delay. The other time, what did I set? Let me also set 3. I say okay. It plays. And then finally, let me set for this one. I'm not going to set too many options. Direction, in, no, out. I'm doing the reverse. Sound, that one. I don't change anything there. How does it come in? Let me change that. Let me also set this to 3 seconds. The rest I leave. I say okay. It plays. Now let me run my slideshow after applying all those effects and see what happens. So I run my slideshow. That is a slide transition. It has gone. This one is starting to come in. So that is effect by effect on whatever I set earlier on. So before this came, there was a delay of 3 seconds. Before this came, there was a delay of 3 seconds, a delay of 3 seconds. So that is how we add animation to objects on a slide, and then change the timings, etc., using this animation pen. Now, you're going to learn all these when you do a lot of practice. First of all, select what you want to add an animation to. Go to the animations, select an animation, bring out the animation pen, change your effect options as you want, and then finally run your slideshow. So that is how we add animation effects. And at the beginning, I said I'm only going to deal with two things because I know they are very important: transition effects, and then the most important of it all is animation effects. Now, let us see something. If at any one time you give an animation to the picture first, what is going to happen? This is what will happen to your presentation. I run a slideshow. That transition goes out. Are you seeing that the picture comes first? After the text, the title comes next. And then the text comes next. Now that is a wrong order. That is a wrong order. Except if you want the image to come first. But an image can never come first before a title. Always make sure that the title appears first, because the title describes what you're going to talk about on that particular slide. So after the title comes in, these others, between this text and this image, you decide what you want to come first. For example, if I have an image here and I want you to describe for me what is in this image, I'll bring the image first. Then I'll bring the text last. So that is transition. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Julian.
Teacher, I'm inquiring, how do we insert an action button?
Now we insert an action button. Okay, fine. Diana? Diana, unmute.
Yes, Master. My question is, what difference does start with previous bring to these transitions?
Start with the previous means they will come together. Is that okay?
Yes.
That is what it means.
Yes.
John Mary?
So actually for me, I just got lost where you were saying that the arrangement of how those animations come in. Okay, what am I supposed to do so that I make sure the title comes first before the others, like the
one that
content?
you're supposed, it is the one you animate first.
Okay.
Ben?
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, first of all, for me, I'm really very grateful to you, my teachers, because this lesson has just been wow. Yeah. Then secondly, you talked of running the slideshow, and you talked of 3 methods. The first one, you said from beginning. Then the second one, we press F4 on the keyboard. Yes, and then the third one, I didn't really get it, sir. How I wish you could repeat it. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, fine. There is a little bit of a correction. The first one, slideshow from beginning. But the next one, you've said F4. I said F5. F5 on your keyboard. That is the one that brings the slideshow. The third one is here. The third one is here. The third one is here. This one here runs the slideshow. Those are the 3 options of how you can start a slideshow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let us continue. And yes, Emarot. Emarot, you had a question, but you've gone off. So whatever I've done here, in as far as these slide, in as far as the animations are concerned, is what you should do here, is what you should do here, is what you should do to the entire presentation. So you animate object by object, one after the other. So you can see that this one doesn't have an animation whenever I click. Even when I go to the animation pane, there is nothing showing here. So until when you add animations is when you will find something in the animation pane. Okay, now let me deal with a few concerns that you people had. Number one, Padlet. Number one, Padlet.
Emmanuel has a hand.
Yes, Emarot, yes.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I've been able to catch up with the lesson. But actually, I was wondering how is it possible for us like to download the notes, because I've been hearing of this Padlet, but I really don't know much about it.
Exactly, that is where I'm going. That
Thank
is
you,
where
sir.
I'm going. Because I said I will deal with it last. Are we seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Does someone know the Padlet link for senior 6? For you people, does someone know the link?
Yes.
Maybe you open the chat.
Okay, that is very true. Let me look for where these links are, where I have them quickly. First of all, you must know the link. The moment you don't know the link, there is no way you'll access the Padlet. Okay, the Padlets are here. The one for senior 6 is here. I'm copying the link. I'm copying the link and I'm putting it here. I paste it here. I press the enter key. So that is the information. That is the information on the Padlet. So if you want anything in physics, anything in biology, anything in mathematics, just come and click. For example, these are notes. I select, I click there. It opens a window. And I will just select download. So the moment I click download, it will open in a new window and my download is already here. My download is already here. I already have these notes already now on my computer. Likewise, on your phone, that is what you're supposed to do. So that is how we are supposed to download work on the Padlet. So all these subjects have work. Hey, history has nothing. We have historians. So all these, I'm going to add something here. I was consulting your teacher. I'm going to add something here under entrepreneurship and then subsidiary math. But remember, you people, you are asked your combinations. We want to group you so that science is science and arts is arts, so that we don't mix up issues. So I hope you filled in your combinations very well in that form that you are asked to fill. Okay. Do I have issues about the Padlet? Maybe.
Yes, please, teacher.
Okay.
I do have a question, sir. Yes, teacher, I would love to know this from you because I believe you could be the best person to now help me out. You know, whenever I try to access the Padlet on my mobile phone, it does not completely download, it does not completely open. And I think it's true because I have quite a lot of stuff on the mobile phone, which has really limited the space. Yeah. So I was wondering about this matter. Could it be the little space on the mobile phone which is not accepting the Padlet to download? And secondly, the recorded lessons, the meeting recordings, I have never been able to access any of them. Yet I can have all the data, I can have the mobile phone. Yeah. Does it still, can it still be like related to the amount of space I have on my phone? Thank you, teacher. How you could help?
Actually, you have already answered yourself. You might not be having enough space on your phone. So first clear out. Actually, go to storage. Go to settings of your phone, go to storage, find out how much space are you left with on your phone. Many apps don't work with the limited space on your phone. The moment you find that you don't have space, please remove apps that you don't use, that you don't frequently use. Remove pictures that are in the on your phone that you don't need. Let me also mention this. All the messages you receive in WhatsApp are consuming your phone space. Once in a while, clear out some of the messages. For example, since you joined the group, how many messages do you have in total? All those are taking up your space. Clear them out. If you've picked the necessary ones, clear out those that you don't need. We need to clean our phones. I think I need to do one lesson on how to clean our phones, and then we have space. But then you've mentioned it, you might be lacking space. The moment you download something and then it doesn't come onto your phone, automatically that means you don't have space. So clear your phone of unnecessary content that you don't need. Now let me see who hasn't yet asked. Gertrude.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Gertrude.
I'm requesting for registration link.
Okay. Sister, get the registration link. Okay, it's near here. Let me just put it. Let me just bring it.
Yes, Angela, because some people are asking for the usual registration link, and it's
No. We are not using that registration link until when we complete this month. But if you've already registered for this farm camp, please don't register again.
I've already registered.
Okay, but I'm putting for those who have not yet registered. If you've already registered, don't put the link again. Don't touch that link again.
I just want to register for this lesson.
Don't worry. We are taking note of everyone who is in the lesson. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Ethel?
Very many people have their hands up.
I'm starting from down. There are those who have not yet said anything. Ethel?
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
My consent is okay. Right now I'm using a laptop, but I'm not in any of the groups. So can you send the link? Then I send it via email on my phone, or?
I am sending a quick link to, there are 12 groups, but I know some groups are empty for senior 6. I'm quickly picking one link for a group, and then let me see which group. Let me go to group 3. I'm picking a link very quickly and I put it in the chat. The moment I put it in the chat, just touch that link. Yes, this one is having some spaces. I've copied the link. The link is in the chat. Join.
Okay,
there
thank
you go.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Wait. We only talk when we are asked to talk. We don't just talk. Is that okay? John Mary Tamale. John Mary Tamale, very many people want to ask, please.
Yes, Yes, my concern was also about that farm camp. I personally registered like around 3 to 4 times because they used to send links on almost every lesson. But when I asked, they said you're supposed to register once. I don't know how it would be considered.
Don't worry, I'm cleaning up the multiple registrations. I'm cleaning up the multiple, and I remain with only one set of information, hoping that you entered the same information every time you are entering that form.
Okay, but some were different because I was trying to consult and I was getting different information. So, but I filled in some different information. I will
check and remain with what is valid.
Okay, but another one is about the Padlet. Last time, my Padlet is still giving me difficulties in accessing the hand-in section.
Okay.
It is not open. I don't know whether it is my own problem or the general problem. Thank you.
Okay, Florence. Let me come to that shortly. Yes. Florence.
For me, I downloaded the WPS app, but I'm failing to use the Microsoft, as in doing the exercise practical.
Okay, when you start WPS Office, is that okay?
Yes.
Do you see a circle with a plus sign?
With the plus sign?
Yes, a red circle in the bottom. Make sure you've opened your WPS Office.
Okay.
You will always see a red circle with a plus sign. Touch that red circle with a plus sign. Then you will have to select, do you want to do a document? Do you want to do a presentation? Do you want to do a spreadsheet? Then when you select a presentation, it will open a blank slide. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So from there, you can discover your ICT guys, you have to discover.
Okay.
That is part of the lesson. Now, let me first go back to this Padlet and to talk to this person who was saying, I don't see. Now, if we want to hand in, this section is here, hand in Padlet for students' homework. You click in this image. When you click in the image, it takes you to a Padlet where you're supposed to hand in. It takes you to a Padlet where you're supposed to hand in. Oh, either you might be right. Okay. There's something I have to check. Fine. Thank you for warning me. I have to check this. Whoever mentioned about the Padlet not handing in, thank you. I have to check this. There's a problem here. Because you must be having plus signs littered all over here. So I'm going to check that. Thank you. Okay, I go back to where I was. Okay, Leonard, John Mera has finished. Leonard.
Yeah, thank you, our teacher tonight.
You're
I'm
welcome.
happy for the good work you are telling us, and we are actually picking. So my concern is, I've actually joined for the first time, but I'm happy for the system. So I would like to know how you can download the content, the notes for further revision. Thank you.
Yeah,
you go to the link.
You go to the Padlet and you just click. You just click on the notes. Let me go back. Let me go back to the other Padlet. Click on the notes. This is the Padlet where we drop the notes. Go to the notes of your interest. Click in those notes. Click on the download. Whether it is a phone, whether it is a laptop, the procedure is the same. So that one I've answered. I don't think that it is any different from what I've mentioned. No. Rachel? No, Juliana, did I? Okay, Julian.
Teacher, I'm inquiring. I've used the link you've just